everybody. It's another edition of PoCommunity, and I'm here with Kora and Saucy Boy.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How's it going?
Good, good.
Happy to be here.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, guys. Like, two musicians.
Yeah.
I'll let you start off here since you've been in it longer than I have.
Yeah, I don't know. We're both just two Poco musicians who we actually knew each other all throughout high school, but we didn't actually start like making music together until probably about a couple months ago. We started hanging out, and it just very naturally came. But we've both been doing music separately for years now, and like kind of been on our own adventures. But we're slowly going the same direction now, so it's kind of sick.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, like, how many albums are like individually are you guys deep into? Like, how many have you done?
I'm more of like a singles person. I just drop as I feel kind of right now, until I get more of like an actual following. That's when I want to drop an album. But I probably have like, I don't know, 12 or 13 released songs right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How about you?
Honestly, like, Kora's been in this a lot longer than I have. So, I mean, I've only been making like rap music, hip hop music for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but again, like I focus more on like albums and projects. So I got, I think, 2 EPs. I have an album, or actually 2 albums, and then I have like 2 or 3 singles out there. I'm still trying to like refine my sound, obviously, and like discover that. But we're working on it. It's a work in progress. But like Kora said too, like I just moved back from Alberta, like just this past April. I was there for 5 years, and when I moved back, like one of my goals was to like work with more like local artists that I like wanted to work with for a long time, and Kora was one of them. And then we just met up, and then I don't know, it just kind of like you said, just came really naturally. And actually, one of our songs that's on my last project, Mood to Remember, Ill Treatment, she like, that was the first song we ever made together. Cool. And like she just started playing a guitar riff, and then I like kind of hopped in with like a little freestyle, and then I don't know, she had a whole song plan, and then she was like, yeah, no, I'm scrapping that, let's do a collab together. And
Cool.
Kind of went from
naturally
there,
just happened.
Yeah, totally.
That's really cool. Besides music, any other passions you guys got? Like,
this dude is an intense visual artist. He can freaking draw, paint, you name it, and he's killing it.
I mean, like, for me, like, when I was growing up, I actually didn't even really get into rapping, like I said, until, like, the past 4 years, but I was into hip-hop, but I was more, like, graffiti oriented, so I've been painting graffiti since I was 10 years old, and so, like, that's kind of been in my roots, and hence, like, the old school, like, kind of, like, boom-bap nature to a lot of my music, but, like I paint a lot of graffiti, and then I actually recently just got my degree from the U of A for like visual arts. Cool. So that's like kind of interesting to throw in there. And actually, this is my clothing line. So
right
the bucket hat, the shirt, lost in the sauce.
Multi, like just doing everything, man. That's
shameless self promotion, right?
That's wicked, and that's like something that like I think a lot of artists like need to do is that do it yourself nature of everything, man. Literally. Create a brand. Don't just create something in a genre or something.
No, exactly. And that's like my mentality is like you kind of have to divide and conquer as like an independent anything.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to do things like solo on your own, and especially like in one specific field. So for me, I find like by sort of like dividing my attention and my focus into multiple different fields, I'm like, okay, if this doesn't work, maybe this will work, or if this doesn't work, then I know at least this will work, right? So it's like process of elimination almost, but it's also more or less like if you can create a brand and a culture for whatever you're doing. So if you're making music, if you can create like stickers, like I said, some clothing, and like something that people can follow that's more than just like audio. So it's visual, I feel like that also helps a lot.
Yeah, that's huge. I feel like that's just like I went to school for music production almost 15 years ago, and that was just coming up where it was like do everything yourself as an artist. If don't sign major, do everything independently, and just push. That's the way to do it nowadays, right? So both Poco kids, you said, that's awesome. Like, so you say you just started doing the hip hop thing for like the last 4 years.
Yeah.
What are your like? I've watched some of your stuff on Instagram, and I with the new crop of talent, you're definitely an old school like vibe to a new school flavor. Like you just kind of meshed it, and you got like it's awesome because I think it's a lost art. So like both of you, what are your like inspirations? Like who are your inspirations in this game? Like
I mean, do you want to go first? Because I could go off on this for a while.
As well. I mean, I don't know. There's a million inspirations. I take inspiration from literally every single person that I listen to in some way. Like, I think the people that inspire me the most right now are actually the people I'm working with right now around me in PoCo or in Vancouver collaboratively.
Cool.
Those are the people that push it out of me right now. Like, those are the people that are like, hey, get out here. We're doing this in 10 minutes. You're either here or you're not. Like, those are right now, like, it used to be people like Amy Winehouse, but I mean, obviously I still adore those people and admire them, but I think the people that push me the most right now and that encourage me the most are the local artists that I'm working with, including Saucy himself. Like, he just pushes me. Like, being around people like that, it motivates you. It makes you want to be the best version of yourself, honestly. Yeah, so 100%. That would be my motivation right now.
I'm super humbled to hear that. That's like a huge compliment. Yeah, and I couldn't have said it any better myself, and I feel the exact same way, where I'm like very much inspired by like the people around me and seeing other people's grind and passion. And it's like one thing to follow someone and be like, oh, I wish I could be like that, but it's another thing to work with somebody and then discover like a new sound that you didn't know you were capable of creating, essentially, right? But because you're working with someone who brings like a completely different sound to the table, like you're almost like forced to change things up and switch your style up, and like I really enjoy that. And for me, what's inspiring is like one-upping the last thing I did or doing something completely different from the last thing I did. And but I mean, like, in terms of like artists that I really like, I think like one of my biggest influences is Mac Miller, just given his artistic versatility, man. Like his artistic progression,
dude, like
is like
there's not many names that like you just say and give me goosebumps, man. Like that's straight up. Like I'm older than Mac. Like I'm a 33-year-old man. I started listening to that guy when he was like 16 years old. And how he progressed was absolutely like insane and so underrated. It's not even funny. Like,
I literally have goosebumps.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, yesterday was 2 years. Yesterday was 2 years, and it's just like, I am not one of those people that just gets affected by every like celebrity death or whatever.
Totally.
But Mac Miller was like, it's definitely that's. Anybody that is inspired by that dude probably is putting out some gold.
Literally. I agree. You've got some sort of style and some sort of taste if you like him. You know what I mean? Like,
he's just so different. Like, I mean, for me at the time, it was just like, wow, here's this like this white kid, especially who's just like kind of like breaking the norms too, and like coming in and like the only other like white rapper you would think of before is like Eminem, right? And I'm like, I'm not white, but I'm like half Asian, so it's like as an Asian and a white person, you're like, oh, like. Be sick if I could do something like that. And I was like, no, I kind of can, right? But I don't know. He had such like a soulful vibe to him and such a very like playful approach to his music and just like very candid. Like a lot of his intros and outros to his songs, there's him talking. And it's just so like in the moment and perfect. And it's like, to me, that was like, it gives me like throwbacks to like the golden era of recording when like that was like what was up. Like he didn't need any like auto tune or anything like that, unless he's doing his like, his other aliases.
And just having fun, man. And like the guy like lived in his studio from what I understood. Like he just lived in that studio. So you can imagine how much unreleased stuff there is that just like you might not see the light of day. Some of it like he probably didn't want to see the light of day, but that guy was just like is the perfect example of like not full on changing yourself, but like just growing. Bettering. And like there's a lot of artists out there that just will be like, okay, I'm gonna get into this now and just like throw that last self away. And he kept it, but like kept on growing. Totally. I can talk about that dude for like I could do hour long, 3 hour, 4 hour long podcast. That guy was just insane. That's wicked to hear. At the end of this podcast, obviously I'm gonna be playing one of your collab projects. What's that one called?
Well, we have like the 3 songs that we actually sent originally. Ill Treatment is actually like one of the songs from my last project, Mood to Remember, which just dropped a month ago. But we have a music video for that we filmed with Dream It Creations. They're like a local like production company in Vancouver.
Awesome.
And we just shot a music video with them just down on the seawall, just underneath the Granville Street Bridge. And it was like a 1-take continuous shot. It's a 5.5 minute song, and it's like so it had to be like perfect, right, in order to get like the shot we needed. So we have a music video for that dropping. We also have a music video for Blame dropping, which is also on the same project. Some more like lo-fi aesthetic vibes, analog camcorder vibes. And we actually have like some more music that we're working on together right now too.
Awesome.
Do you want to like talk about that a little bit?
Yeah.
New song?
Yeah. So our new song, again, we're really just like, we don't mean to make music. It just kind of happens with us. Like it's very, just happens.
In the
like,
moment.
Yeah, very organic, which I like about making music with him. And yeah, we got sent some beats that we were listening to. And again, it just very easily started happening. Like just both of us kind of pulled out our phones and started writing to ourselves, and within 10 minutes he was like, all right, I got my verse. I was like, all right, I got my hook, let's go. Like let's hear what we got. And then we kind of met in the middle. That's kind of what we do. Like we write our own thing and then we hear what we have, and then we kind of make the adjustments to like make our songs fit each other and stuff. But that way, like we have like the complete, like he writes what he wants, I write what I want, and then if it happens to fit the same song, we just allow it. And so that's kind of what happened with our new song that we are working on right now that I have to record. And yeah, I'm really hype on the new song actually. Like
it's called To You To Me.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a conversation. Like we're like almost talking to each other.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's like back and forth between the verses.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's like should be really fun. I'm excited to get out there. I think it's really different. So. Yeah. But then I'm honestly thinking it might go on my next project that I'm like doing a lot of collaborations with also a lot of other Poco artists. Yeah. Obviously you guys know Chad to Go, Compact, and then like Kate Lockhart. So yeah, there are 2 other artists that are going to be on it, but I'm hoping to get it out like end of September. Cool. And yeah, hopefully it'll be something to remember. I don't know.
Right? Yeah. So. Obviously, it's been a difficult year for a lot of people. It's a crazy year. Musicians not being able to tour, not being able to make money in some ways. Totally. But like you guys, like how have you kept yourself busy? Like, were you guys doing tours or concerts before? Were you guys kind of just like?
I mean, like. When I started when I started making music, like the biggest thing for me was like I wanted to perform, because like as an MC it's like, okay, you can record, you can be a sick studio rapper, but if you can't rap in person, then like you're essentially not an MC. You can't swing a crowd, right? So I'd say from like 2017 onwards up until about September 2019, I was probably doing shows at least 2 or 3 times a month, which was pretty dope. And like while I was actually in school last year, every weekend I was like in a different city. So I would be in like Saskatoon or Medicine Hat or Edmonton or Vancouver or Surrey, and like just to get my name out there. And I was like pretty much breaking even on shows. But then as soon as COVID hit, obviously it's like you can't really do that stuff anymore. It's really hard to like get those events organized. So I mean, like as of right now, I've just been like working on my merchandise and like creating something new to put out there for when the time comes, basically. But
that's what you got to do, right? Like it's really that's why I've been asking that question. It's just like it's any kind of entrepreneur. It doesn't matter what you do, having to adapt right now.
Exactly.
Put your concentration in a different spot, like but still go as hard as you would go if you were doing that other thing. Right? Exactly. Yeah. Don't just sit there and shoot yourself in the ass, right? Yeah, so it's that's good to hear. Right now, like you guys are working on the collaboration together. That's a full on. Is that an EP together? Is that like or is that just a few songs, or is that?
We have as of right now, we just have the one song, but we're planning on doing a collaboration EP. Oh, cool. Come like probably like end of October.
Cool.
But that's like there's so many. It's crazy. Like in the past, I'd say the past 4 months, just given our collaborations we've already done, we've had like, and this has never happened to me, but we've had like. Probably, I don't know, 20 to 25 different producers from like Boston, Calgary, Edmonton, like Vancouver, Poco, and like all these other random areas in like North America, like sending us beats to like work on together. Yeah. So I mean, we have like a plethora of content to really like work with, but right now we're just like kind of, weed whacking through all of them and making sure which ones are good to work.
Well, that's cool. Like you said, it's never happened where you're getting that international. Totally. But like that means that the two of you together is a really good vibe. Must mean it's working. So. Do you guys go by like Kora and Saucy Boy? Would be your name together, or would you come up with something?
So, yeah. If it was a duo, Kora and Sauce maybe or something. K-Sauce. Yeah.
I don't even know. That's dope. So. But yeah, like I'm trying to think about one more. I love that you guys are from Poco. Being a Tri-Cities kid like me growing up, this area has so much damn talent. Like there's so much talent in the Tri-Cities. It's so dumb. And it's always been you got to travel to Vancouver to do anything with it. And it's like Vancouver isn't far, But it's really nice to have like now the do-it-yourself mentality with studios or like places like we're trying to do here.
Of
like,
course.
Like it's just like having something that's available.
There's a plethora of options in PoCo alone right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's dope.
It's a new time and it's beautiful. I like because it hasn't changed since I was a kid. Like it's so much. There's so much good talent from this area. Any other artists like you mentioned Chad? Any other artists in this area that you like just that haven't made that like haven't gotten noticed, but you just like damn like that guy or girl just needs to like pop.
Needs to pop.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those.
There's so so many.
Everybody
there's so
in this
many
town.
in PoCo.
Like we know so many people. Every day it's a new we get new hey, come to this place and let's record. Hey, let's come here. There's so many talented people around us. 24/7. It's nuts.
I'm trying to think of names off the top of my head because I want to plug some people if I can. Right? Like I'm thinking right off the bat, like Young 47. He's from PoCo. He's got a really like kind of more contemporary hip hop sound. Yeah. There's like Snow Team North. I don't know if they're still a thing, but they're like Northside PoCo. Emerald.
Emerald.
She's really good.
We met Emerald.
She's crazy talent. She's got such an old soul voice. I love it. I actually have some songs with her too. But I mean, like, I'm just trying to, again, like Vic the Villain, I don't know. There's some producer wise, like even 1017, the guy who produced our one song Roulette that we have together, and we actually have more on the way with him. But it's really ridiculous, man. Like PoCo needs more of a spotlight, and it's crazy just given the fact that like one of my biggest things was when I moved home was like, oh, I need to get to Vancouver. Because I'm missing out on so many opportunities from being here. It's not even like the fact, like I love living here. Honestly, I love it. And it's like everything about PoCo is like nostalgic and homey and it's exactly what I like. But Vancouver is like where everything is. And it's like I can be somewhere in 5-10 minutes. Whereas here it's like, oh, I'll be there in an hour. It's traffic, whatever, my car, you know. So, I mean, just given that, it's like I feel like people want to get out of PoCo and that's why there's no spotlight here.
Yeah,
everyone's trying to cycle out, right?
Yeah, so everybody has their thing. I find like either people want to get closer to the city, like growing up in the Tri-Cities, you want to get closer to the city, or you want to get farther from the city. And it's like depending on what you do.
On what your goals are.
Yeah, totally.
But like I know, like it's I don't know, how old are you guys? Like
21.
I'm 23.
So you guys are about 10 years younger than I am, and like I know that like when I was in school, having to go downtown as a student to have to record my music because the like labels and stuff wanted the professional sound, having no money, no money to pay for parking, to pay for whatever you had to pay for.
And don't forget you got the tickets too because you parked illegally.
So it's like I think like this is why like I really dig you guys is that like I said before, do it yourself. Working with local producers, like as much as the international, like guys, like I'm telling you, stick local, man. We gotta boom this area up.
That's what
it hasn't been Canada for hip hop. I'll say like Canada for hip hop music wasn't any recognition until Drake came in when it came to international press. The guys like I don't know if you guys know Cardinal Official back in the day had like one hit or like that would happen every so often. But now, like
Swollen Members, back
Swollen Members is,
we want to go there.
I won't get into them. But so like I know like now there's an opportunity to blow up guys like Merc, right? Like Mercules. Like that's like this area finally has
the West Coast presence.
Yeah, we're not just Canadian anymore, man. We're like it's hip hop artists, it's musicians. It's not Canadian musicians. It's not Canadian hip hop artists. It's not, and that's it needed to happen because it's not all about like the hood anymore.
No, it's not.
That's what I think is dope about what you guys have going on here is there's finally a place in PoCo that all of these musicians we're talking about, all of these people that we want to collab with, like there's finally a place in PoCo
where like everybody
can come and collab, and like there's finally like a central spot, you know what I mean? Like what you guys have created here is insanely incredible. Like such a good idea, and like to curate this all by yourselves is incredible. Like
it's a lot of work.
PoCo needed it. Like we needed this, and like it's gonna inspire so many people. Like it's incredible.
The more, especially like the more that people know that this is like existent in PoCo, the less likely they are gonna want to like get out of here.
Exactly.
They'll be more likely
to.
So Yeah, that's super important.
That's wicked to hear. We obviously we have like the event space too. Like that's what we want. Local artists to really feel like you don't need to go book those expensive venues downtown and stuff. Like if you want to have a person, like now especially with COVID, but like if you want to have that personal like close vibe when you're doing a show, do it for your friends in like in a city that you are like near and dear to your heart, right?
Which is Port Coquitlam.
Yeah. It's just like guys like I don't know, Snack the Ripper. He goes on tour across Canada, across Europe and stuff, and then he comes home and does shows at the Haiti. Yeah, like it's just like he doesn't have to, but it's that you get that vibe from your hometown. Yeah. So being able to do like we want to do open mic nights, battle nights, like just like talent shows, doesn't matter like what those people do, because like people with multi-talents, obviously, like it's
bring the attention.
You bring some attention to that. Yeah, there's so many people with side hustles that don't just do it for fun and don't realize they can make more of it, right?
Right. 100%. And that's the thing is like you have to take yourself seriously in that sense before like anyone else takes you seriously, and that's like you actually have a physical space where your stuff is viewable at. Like for example, like for me, my paintings and my merchandise. Yeah. Set up a pop-up shop, and then there you go. It's physical. Yeah. So therefore, it's like now it's an art show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, people are more likely to buy something from an art show than an Instagram account, right?
Yeah, so it's seeing it in person, face to face. That's another level of I wouldn't say trust, but just another level of respect, and like you know what you're getting.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna close this one up, guys, just because unless you guys have anything more to plug.
What do you think? You good?
Yeah, I think I'm all good.
Well,
honestly.
hold on. Plug your social media.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll definitely I'll put that in the video too.
Okay, very good.
But plug them vocally too, just in case people miss
Follow us on SoundCloud and Apple Music. I'm Kora. This is Saucy Boy. Give us a follow. Listen to our music. Support local artists always. And thank you for having us so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. We're like glad that you guys wanted to come in. Definitely was stoked for this one. I love talking to musicians. I love talking to artists. The fact that we got that's my people.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't agree more.
We're trying to build that vibe here because I feel like media is so essential for everything. It doesn't matter if you're like what business you own, what you're pushing, what you're doing.
Exactly.
Media is so key right now. But musicians always knew that.
Yeah.
So it's nice to kind of talk to the originals. Like it's just but thanks guys. That's awesome.
Nice. Awesome. Thank
you
so much.
Shout out Fountain Sound Studios for this.
Space from me. Is my oxygen that hard to breathe? I only wanna give my love away. I'm sorry if that comes off suffocating. Did that space help clear your mind a bit? Cause it helped me realize I don't need this shit. I only ever wanted to talk it out. But now there's nothing left to say, so I won't even open my mouth. Do you regret it now? How you treated me? How you squeezed me down to your size? Did you expect me to leave you so easily after you beated me down so many times? But I'm bigger now, better now. Turn my life upside down just to figure out my wrongs. When you broke my heart, spit it out. I own my shit, there is no doubt. I have my share and why you are gone.
Ooh, tell 'em, girl.
And I was trying to work on and build up my myself. But then you came in and decided you defined hell. You set my life on fire, making room for you on my shelf. You said you were there for me, but you weren't much help, 'cause you caused more problems than you did good. You caused skepticism when you came to my hood. I should've listened to everybody who said it, 'cause it's all I think about, but I just wanna forget it. And every single fucking time I see your face I regret it. And I know you said you're sorry, but I don't think you get it, because you lied to my face when you said that you didn't. You know you fucked up, but yet you still couldn't admit it. I just think you don't like being alone. You never meant that shit that you said up on the phone. If home is where the heart is, then our house was not a home, 'cause I like the simple pleasures that she didn't care to know. I had her on the line and I thought that she was mine. I looked up to the heavens and I wanted to know why, like how I was blessed with someone so divine, just to realize there was more than what meets the eye. It was at this point in time that I saw right through her disguise. This whole time she was hiding that it was a lie. I didn't understand and I didn't wanna know how someone who loved me could be this cold and be so childish while acting grown. I just need some silence when I'm at home, 'cause my mind's so violent when I be this low. I just need some vibrance to feed my soul, 'cause that's something she don't bring to my life no more. So I left her in the dust when I found my flow. And if you love it, then you gotta learn to let it go. She didn't understand that, but I let her know, like, yo.
Regret it now, how you treated me, how you squeezed me down to your size. Did you expect me to leave you so easily after you beated me down so many times? But I'm bigger now, better now, turn my life upside down just to figure out my wrongs.
Yeah,
when you broke my heart, spit it out, I own my shit, there is no doubt. I have my share in why you are gone.
Ooh, tell 'em, girl. Yo, so shout out to all the motherfucking haters out there that be trying to fucking put twigs and shit in my gears and my cogs on my way to success. I don't need you anymore. I got new things, new friends, new adventures to go on. I don't need your bunk ass in my life anymore. This is Saucy Boy coming to you live with Kora, and we fucking out of here. Blast off, motherfucker. I'm out. Peace.